Hey everyone, good evening, good evening, good evening. Are we guys ready? So I want you guys to see, I want you to tag the man. Ladies, you're welcome to eavesdrop on our conversation. Make sure you share, tag in all the men so that we get started and we get running. Good evening, what's good? Welcome to today's conversation. I'm really excited. So it's gonna be powerful. Let's do this. So, do me a favor as you come in, let me know what city, what town you guys are joining in. I'm just gonna do my quick shares on my other side so I can invite in people. So, do the same. I noticed I was checking out the other broadcasts. You guys were selfish, you didn't share and invite people. So, today I want to make sure you share this broadcast. You know, um, so make sure you share this broadcast and let's tag in and bring in as many men as possible to have this conversation. So share and inviting the people that will be impacted, that will value this. By the way, if you don't have friends and the circle you can invite to this conversation, it tells me what type of friends that you have. If you don't have friends, you can tag, invite. It tells me what type of friends. Hey, Lisa, what's happening? Consistent people. Madali Suzulu, good to have you. Welcome. Kito in the house. Sam, how's it going? There's no sound. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Can you guys hear me? Is the sound okay? Hey, Sarah, what's happening? All the way from the US. Prophesy. Are you guys able to hear me? South Africa in the house. What's happening? Good to have you, Orlando. Good to have you. Thank you for joining in. Kidway is great. Okay. I assume that you are able to hear me now. Um, so let's not be selfish. Let's share. Let's tag in, our friends. Let's bring in our friends. Let's tag in our friends to join in and be part of our conversation. This will save you a lot of issues. It'll save you a lot of drama. This will save you a lot of drama. So I'm just gonna quickly put what we're talking about today. You know, that's what we're talking about. The things a man must know and do before marriage. I am ready. I am ready. Tell me you're ready. Tell me you are ready. So I'm just quickly sharing, just inviting as we get started. Thank you for sharing. I noticed that you guys don't share. You just comment, but you don't share. Share it on your page. Share it to the men that care. Don't. It's not. Share it to the men that desire the knowledge. Share it. With the men that desire to be better men, to grow, to become real kings. Because that's what we really are out here trying to do. We have an audience, and I always speak to people that want to be better, men and women that want to go to the next level. I'm not for everyone. I always make sure I tell people that. So just in case you share it and put it across on your page, somebody cares to watch and listen. You don't have to drag them, you don't have to force them. you know you don't have to drag them and force them. So just do what you can, you know put the seeds across, and then it's gonna get there. So let me see who's in the house. I want to see you guys. I want to see who's in the house. I see Mark in the house. I see Madalisa in the house. uh Mark, this is good for you because you said, Robert, what's happening? Good to see you, Robert. How's it going? Good to see Eliza. you know Good to see all of you guys. Good evening. What's happening? McKinney, Charles, good to see you. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate you guys coming in. Natasha, what's happening? Good to have you. Thank you for sharing. Good to see you. Sarah, thank you for all you guys that are awesome, 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 awesome. I am happy. Good. I'm happy to see all of you guys. Solo's in the house. Johan, what's happening? Good to see you, Johan. How's it going? Uncle Benny, what's happening? What's good, brother? Good to see you. You don't have friends, Natasha. Why don't you have? Hey, Natasha. Natasha, are you the one that wrote? You are you the one that commented something? Is it you, Natasha, that commented something on my page? You must have written, put a very comment speaking for men. I think it's you. I really, if it's you, I need to share that post that you really commented on my page. Most people need to hear that comment. Let me know if you're the one, Natasha. I'm gonna share one of those. I took a screenshot, I think, a week ago. um let me know, Natasha, if it was you. Guys, pray for the internet. I see it blink once. God, we need this internet to be stable. I'm glad you can hear me. Good to see you guys. Chris, what's happening? Good to see you, Chris. Good to see you. Hey, Miss Casey, good to see you. Thank you for tagging all the squad. Umubanga, how are you doing? I can't wait to see you, Miss Kezia Umubanga, to see you in Dubai next week. So I'm excited. Ndola. Sanjay Chishimba. Good to have a Bemba man. A Barcelona Bemba man. Good to see you. Oh yes, Natasha, it was you. Natasha wrote something very powerful. Please send, if you could type, if you still have it. I know I took a screenshot. Thank you for speaking up for the men. You wrote something that most people ignore. When I was talking about co-parenting and single people raising kids, you wrote something very vital. So I really appreciate you sharing. Thank you so much. I really did take a screenshot. I'm gonna share it one of these days on my page because it's good to see women that speak for men. One of the things most women, it's not a women. Let me not even divert, but let me just this part. Most women never take accountability, but what you wrote was a lot of accountability, and that's a bigger problem with most women in our generation. There's no accountability. You know. All right. See you in Dubai in your words. Thank you. Thank you. You know, thank you. All right, guys. So we're gonna go straight to our conversation for today. The things a man must know. Um, the things a man must know um, and do before marriage. Now, when you look at the many struggles, when you look at many struggles we have in our society today, is because some men lack some men lack the understanding. Some men lack the understanding. Some men lack the understanding. So today we're gonna break it down because I believe that there's a lot of wisdom that is gonna be put out today. So if hey, Innocent, what's happening? Good to see you. Thank you. I'm glad you can hear me. So the other day we talked. So we had a general conversation the other day. We had the general conversation the other day, but today I'm focusing specifically on men because I speak to men every Mondays. Monday is for men. So women, you're not allowed to argue on Monday. It's I save the men. I save the king. So I speak to the kings. Naomi, what's happening? Good to see you. How's it going? Good to see you, Naomi. So, to what's happening? Good to see you. So, on Mondays, I speak to the kings. So, I stretch the kings. So, so if I'm speaking to the men on Monday, you're not allowed to argue. You can ask questions. If you want to get clarity, you can ask questions. But Monday is for the men. Wednesday is for the women. Wednesdays, I speak to the men. But still, I've done this for years. But every time when I write something that speaks to the men and I encourage the men, you see the women come on Monday. Oh, coach, how about this? How about the men? No, if it's your 10, take your 10. Don't do vice versa spirit. We don't want it here. We want people that are teachable, people that are able to listen. So now you have to understand that one of the critical decisions you will have to make as a man is understanding the weight of the decision of marriage, understanding the weight of the decision of marriage. Now, let me start with this. This is one thing you must know. A woman doesn't leave her father's house. A woman switches fathers. Hey, Obi, what's happening? Good to see you. Mondays for kings. Yes, Mondays for kings. We're saving the kings. Listen, gentlemen. A woman does not leave her father's house. She switches fathers. That's number one thing you have to really understand as a man. A woman does not leave her father's house. She switches fathers. That's why on the altar, when you are getting married, the father is handing over to you. Hope is handing over quality stuff. So a woman doesn't leave her father's house. She just switches. She's leaving one father to the next father. And that's why she actually changes your name and carries your name. Now, the responsibility of a man in marriage is key. And that's why it's very heartbreaking to see a lot of men out there so misplaced, not knowing their role. Not knowing their role. Somebody's just about to distract me. Steve, what's happening? Steve Prince. It takes me back to QFM Hotel Heartbreak. Oh man, you just distracted me. Oh man, that show, Hotel Heartbreak on QFM. That was the magic of late night radio. Man, you just gave me memories. Every time someone talks about Hotel Heartbreak, it takes me back to that show on QFM that was magic. Now we created magic. Man, those days was just magic. So Steve took me back to Hotel Heartbreak and I just got distracted with Killer Beats, K Army. I did that show with K Army. Those Tuesdays and Wednesdays on QFM. Man, late night radio is never the same. Late night radio is never the same after Hotel Heartbreak. Hotel Heartbreak was the jam of radio, late night radio. So you just took me back, Amazing. So a woman does not leave a father's house, she switches fathers. So your role as a man, this you must know. So before you even get married, you must know that the woman you are marrying, he's switching from one father to the next. Now, do you have the qualities and the ability to father and nurture? Now, I'm not saying she should call you daddy. It's a principle we are talking about because she's leaving one father to the next. And that's where she's picking up your name. Now, if someone is dropping her father's name to carry your name, it's quite heavy. It's quite heavy. It's quite heavy. So if a woman is coming into your space, you need to make sure that your game is on the next level. You cannot be and deliver below. It means that if whatever her father did, you have to beat the standard. Because now you have been entrusted with the responsibility. You have been entrusted with the responsibility. So as she's coming in your space, you have to really be man enough. So if your women tell you you get a man up, you will take offense. But I, as a man, as a coach, as your coach, I'm gonna tell you get a man up, because it's serious business. It's serious business. So that's why if you're gonna, if she's leaving one father to the next, you can't be a boy. So that's the word of the responsibility. The Bible says, if you, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more your heavenly Father? It says, in your state, in your fallen state, you know how to give good gifts to your kids. How much more your heavenly Father? So it means that the quality you give her is very key. Henry, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. So you get on, but I also need to keep in touch with you. I'll still pick up my points, but I still need to connect with you guys as I do this thing. I don't want to just do this without getting your feedback. And wherever I am not clear, I'll make sure I take the questions and I read your opinions. So that's number one. So she's switching from one father to the next. So you have to understand that she's leaving one father to the next. She's picking up your name. She's carrying your name. It's a big responsibility. So you have to be equal to the task of the role that you have. Exactly. Madeli, so thank you for putting it out there. I appreciate it. Please keep writing them out for me here. That's number one. A woman does not leave her father's as she switches fathers. Keep writing them out for me. Number two, this you must know, the woman you marry is a representation of your brand. Pick well. The woman you marry is a representation of your brand. Choose well. Come on, number two. I want you to type it. The woman you marry is a representation of your brand. You gotta pick well. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're loving it. The woman you marry is a representation of your brand. You gotta choose well. Come on, I wanna see. Come on, Madeli, so type it out for me. Put it out there. Exactly. Thank you for putting it out there. That's number two. So make sure we put it out there. Put it out as number two. Put the two there, so we put it out there. Thank you. The woman you marry is a representation of your brand. You gotta pick well. Now, you're the one that pay lobola. You're the one that do chilangam lilo for. You are the one they come to honor. So when you decide to pick a woman, you must choose well, because she's a representation of your brand and who you are as a man, as a king. So again, we talked about now when a father leaves her over to you, she changes names. So now, because she carries your name, so she's a representation, an extension of the brand called you. And that's why you must make sure you have these conversations with the women you marry before you marry them. That's why we're having these conversations, to avoid drama. That's why you can't marry a church, she's a woman. That's why you can't marry a woman who's a church, she's because you have to say, this is the brand. You gotta represent the brand. This is the brand. You gotta represent the brand. You have to understand. I have seen men marry women that are just, hey, Coach Claire, good to see you. Welcome. Marry just women that you've got this chick. She's got a personal agenda. She's building her empire. She's going this direction and you're going this direction. There's no order. The woman you marry is a representation of your brand. Today, I mean, I was somewhere, I saw a young man, I don't know whether that was his girlfriend, out there in the streets, and all the legs and the thighs were outside. There's no way I am moving with my wife and she's out there exposing the legs for everyone to just like enjoy. It's not possible. Does that brand speak of me? Maybe if I take her to Greece, maybe if I take her to Bali, maybe, I'm not sure yet there. but I gotta see. Like, I gotta really, like, you're not gonna be out there in these streets of Lusaka, your legs and everything is out there. You're representing my name. I like that. Somebody says I chose well. Someone is bragging about what they have. So the woman you pick represents you. She's a representation of your brand. When they see her, they see the king. And we're not saying she's going to diminish who she is because she's gifted, but she just must know that there's a bigger picture of what we're doing. That's why I have problem with these Chilangamlilos. You guys do. I don't want any of that Chilangamlilo personally, so don't bring me any Chilangamlilo. So, just don't bring me any. I see all these chicks come and, lie prostrate on their knees, clapping for you, but the whole relationship, they've showed you dishonor. Like, why you, like today on the Chilang, oh, is it the kitchen party? Oh, yeah, it's the kitchen party, yeah. When you guys go and take the things, the woman is lying down. The whole relationship, she's never shown you honor. She's never been a representation. But now, because there's an opportunity, just to show off. Like, listen, if you've not honored me and respected me in the relationship, why are you out here lying down and trying to bend, and sleep on the grass? Just wake up, girl. Fix yourself. Is this making sense? Is this making sense? The woman you marry is your representation of the brand. You gotta choose well. Those are critical things you must understand when you're picking a woman. I'm glad you chose well, Chalwe. I'm glad you chose well. I like this. Totally proud of this divine extension. The brother is bragging about. That's what you need to pick a woman you want to brag about. Like I said the other day, somebody says, "Oh, is this your wife? Is this your woman?" I says, "Just imagine." Like, you're not proud of the thing that you picked. Was it at gunpoint? And I'm glad it's making sense. You gotta be proud of the extension of the brand code you. So you have to understand. You have to understand. So the woman you pick, make sure she represents you well. What kind of a man are you? Are you a man that loves peace? How do you go and pick a woman that is bringing chaos in your family, in your relationships, in your friendships? She's bringing drama in everything you are doing. She's bringing drama. How is she an extension? Like, what does your brand speak of? So if your brand represents peace, harmony, family, community, the wife you pick has got to represent those core values of who you are as a man. Hey, Harriet, what's happening? Good to see you. So how do you bring a woman in the picture to represent your brand? And that's why you as a king, you gotta know what your brand looks like. Because if you are not sure, what is she going to represent? So a lot of you men, sometimes maybe we blame the women too much. Maybe some of you don't even know what your brand really looks like as a man, as a king. So she doesn't know how to fit in and represent, because you are the Kwalolomwera Eko Twalola. So wherever the wind blows, that's where you go as a man. So you have to know that before she shows up, you have to define, not 100% perfect, but you have to define what your brand looks like as a king. You got to understand that. Number 3, you must know that you are the head, you are the leader. Number 3, you must know that you are the head, you are the leader. Come on, type it out there. You must know that you are the head, you are the leader. Come on, type it out there. Yes. You got to know that you are the head and the leader. You got to know that you are the head and the leader. Hurry up. Somebody type it out. I want to give you a quote that will blow your mind quickly. I don't want to be here long enough. Someone type it out there. I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention. Quick fingers, quickly. Who's going to type? Number 3, you got to know that you are the head and the leader. Exactly. You must know that you are the head, you are the leader. Now, let me give you this quote. Let me give you this quote. Let me give you this quote. I want you to type it out. God will never permit a man to marry a woman who refuses to follow. And God will never permit a woman to marry a man who refuses to lead. God will never permit a man to marry a woman who refuses to follow. And God will never permit a woman to marry a man that refuses to lead. You have to know that you are the head and you are a leader, the leader. Yes, Dorcas. God will never permit a man to marry. Where's that? 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 Let's put it out there. Dorcas put it out there. Dorcas put it out there. God will never permit a man to marry a woman who refuses to follow. You have to know. Exactly. God will never permit a man to marry a woman who refuses to follow. So when you get into the relationship, when you're building the relationship, you have to work with this wisdom. Now, these are things that must drive you as a man. So these are not just things because Coach Steady wants to say them. These are standards. Yes. Yes, child. So these are standards. If you're a woman that you have to keep convincing 24/7 of where you gotta go, you know you are headed for trouble. You know that you will never operate in the role that you've been assigned to operate in the relationship because she doesn't want to follow the lead. So when you are picking a woman, you must know before you get married, this is a standard for you to have harmony and to have peace. I keep popping up. I keep wanting to speak to women, but forgot that I'm going to speak to the women on Wednesday. I want to jump there. So let me stick here. I wanted to mix in. So I want to discipline myself. So you have to know that you are the one that has been assigned to lead. So these are critical things when you start to date. Before you get married, you have to know that these critical standards, you gotta work with them. You are the head, you are the leader. So you do not qualify for marriage if you refuse to lead. There are men, there's some men out there. You always want to let your partner do what she needs to do. Oh, whatever you want to do, it's fine. Go and do it. It's fine. Go and do it. It's okay. Whatever you decide, I'm fine. You are not leading. And I'm not saying that there are never days your wife cannot come and give an input, but you must know that you are the leader. So even when your wife has got a suggestion, you have to lead the conversation. So, and I'm not talking about being a hostile man. I'm talking about, you know that you are the leader, you know that you are the head, but there are days your wife will bring in better decisions, better suggestions. It doesn't reduce who you are to be able to say, I hear you, I think we're going to go that direction. You're still leading. So you have to say, hey, okay, you have a suggestion, let's talk. Exactly. Now, let me speak to you guys. Now, leading just doesn't mean just deciding, calling the shots. Leading also suggests that you must be creative when it comes to dates as well. You must be very creative. You know, you must lead as well. If you know your wife loves quality time, go out, research, look for a quality place. That's what leadership means. Oh, babe, where are we going today? Oh, whatever you decide we're going to go, it's fine. Let's go. She wants to know that you are the leader. You're taking initiative. You are showing the way. That's why, guys, never marry chicks you're not feeling. Never do life with chicks you don't want to go an extra mile for. You need to understand that. So those are critical things that you need to understand. Taking initiative, showing the way. This is what we got to do. This is where we're headed to. Hey, good evening, Crispin. Good to have you. Welcome. So you got to show the leadership that is needed in the relationship. You got to know, you have to know that you are the head and you're the leader. Now, let me surprise you. When Eve messed up in the garden, God didn't look for Eve, he looked for Adam, because you're the leader, you're the covering, you're the protector. You got to show the way. You got to show the way. I see so many women out there, gifted women out there, because you don't want to lead, you don't want to show the way. She's very frustrated because she's been designed and helped, to be your helper, help you succeed. But if you're not leading, how can a woman help you? So you must know that you are the head and you're the leader. Some women are living with men, they have no idea where it's going. Now, the woman is even gifted, but she's frustrated because if she stands up and she wants to do and take the lead, she feels like, I'm going to be overstepping my boundaries. Hey, Peter, what's happening? Good to see you. So you have to understand that you've been wired to lead. You must know before you get married that you are the head. So when she's asking you, say, hey, babe, what does our next 5 years look like? Don't be upset. Go find out. Oh, I wanted to speak to the ladies. Okay, let me speak to the ladies. Ladies, before he dates you, ask him, where are we going? Where are you leading me to? So don't be offended when women are asking you, where are we headed to? It's because they've been waiting for the leader, because they want to help you, they want to support you, but you're just stuck. You're like a parked car. You're not going anywhere. You're not leading. You're not showing the way. All of us can learn these things. The things you're hearing me teach, I wasn't born like that. I don't come from a place where I saw my parents, my father show this. I decided I want to be a better man. So I invested time, money, and resources to grow and become a better man, become a better father. So it doesn't matter where you come from. You can still be the head. You can still be the leader. And I am not talking about headmaster. No, I am not talking about bullying people in the house. That's not what I'm talking about. Leadership is defined as influence. It's you influencing what your family looks like. So it's not bullying them, it's influencing. It's influencing them. It's facts. Hey, Tommy, what's happening? Good to see you. Welcome. So you need to understand that. You need to understand that. Yes, leadership is influence. It's not bullying. It's not becoming a headmaster of your family. No. Yes. Again, I'm going to merge up some things I said in the last broadcast and then I'm going to wind up because these are also key. These are key. These are very key things. You need to go for therapy. You need to go for coaching. Go for counseling. One of the bigger problems we see with men. So number 4, go for therapy, go for counseling, go for coaching. One of the things you see, I want you to type it out. Number 4, go for therapy, go for counseling, go for coaching. One of the things you see with most men is that they never want to go and get help. You know you are not performing in your role as a husband or the man in the relationship. Exactly. I like that. So somebody type out number 4. But I like what Peter, relationship. So it's a ship. She deserves to know where the ship is going, headed to. It's not just a good idea to be on a ship. You have no idea about its destination. Yes. Go for therapy, go for counseling, go for coaching. Find help. I do not know. Help me out. A lot of us, guess where we go? We go and sit in the bar. You sit with other DAO guys that don't know anything about family structure. I've sat in places, I've sat in barbershops, and I've heard some of the most toxic things from the barbershop. There's so many men speaking stupidity confidently. And those are the ones you find by the car wash, you find them in barbershops. You know, some of them you find them on social media. Oh, they'll tell you this is how you deal with a woman. This is what a woman, this is how you deal with a woman. You are the man, you know, a woman can't tell you what to do. Toxic things. And some of you don't have an idea. You keep getting getting all these toxic things. You're getting the toxic things. And a lot of you, that's why relationships don't work, because you've been listening to toxic men teach you about how relationships look like. So you're listening to men who don't know. Some of you are listening to uncles, some of you are listening to fathers. Sometimes even toxic advice comes from fathers, parents, your fathers. Sometimes it's okay to tell your uncles, your grandfather. I remember some years ago, I had like, like my grandfather came to me and was offering me, talking to me about, and I said, I don't believe in that. By the way, he was actually practically my namesake. I said, I don't believe in that. I don't think that's what relationships look like. But some of you, because they're your grandparents, they're your elders, you take everything, including stuff that is destroying you. By the way, let me go back to the aspect of leadership. By the way, your mother is not the leader of the relation of the marriage. A lot of you men are still breastfeeding. You've got a home, but your mother still comes and calls the shots on how your home should look like. I missed out that point. Let me go back. I'll come back to this place. Why is the internet tripping? Your ancestors are fighting the internet. You are the head, you are the leader. Your mother is not the leader of your home. So your mother can't decide how you should run your home. A lot of you men have given your mothers, your parents, powers to decide what your home should look like. Your mothers are dictating how your home should run. They don't have the power. You are the leader, you are the head. I wish I had time. Time is running out. There's so much I want to. Now let me just, so some points I'm gonna infuse them in the other points, because I don't want to have a lot of, so you have to understand, you are the leader, you are the head. I went back to point number 3 about the leadership home. You're the one who runs your home, not your parents, not your mama. If you're mama's boy, stay on mama's breast, keep sucking, because you're not a man yet. You haven't decided to lead your home. If your mom, if your father, including your sisters, because sometimes sisters can also be very, very out of line, including your sisters. They can't come and decide how your home should run, how your wife should behave. So you must make these critical decisions as a man, because you're the leader, you're the head. People can give you advice, but people don't qualify to come and control what your home, your ship should look like. Exactly. So you are the one that has been given the responsibility of what your home should look like. You can't give your mama, you can't give your parents, you can't give your sisters to come. Most of the times, by the way, let's just be honest, it's very rare you see a father go and control and decide what runs in his home. It's very rare. The bigger problems, it's sisters and mothers that come and mess up your homes. So you need to be careful. If you are the head, if you are the leader, no any other person must come and decide what your home should look like. How is your mom and your sisters coming to control the colors of your home? How is that even possible? Like where? Mom just doesn't listen. My sisters just don't listen. No, you're a weak man. You're a sissy. You need to get go pick up your manhood. I didn't want to use an offensive term. So I simply say just go and pick up your manhood. Go pick up your manhood. And stop letting your mama, stop letting your sisters come and run your home. Now, again, your wife is a representation. So if my wife is representing my brand, she must know when our kids grow, they have their own homes. If I find her trying to put her nose in our kids' business, she's in trouble because that's not my brand. And I've said it, my kids don't own me children. So she has to move with that flow. So they will marry when they want to marry. They will have kids whenever they will marry. Because I am the head, and I'll say, let them call the shots, let them decide when they want to do. So she has to move with the flow of the head. The head has decided. You see why when you know these things as a man, you move differently? I remember one young man calling me a couple of months ago, and I said, Coach Steady, I have benefited so much from the wisdom you teach me. And he said something to me that is very true. He said, there's one time there's this lady that was taking advantage of me, and I must have quoted something you said, and this lady said to me, oh, so you also believe in that coach as well? You also believe in the things that coach teaches? So what she was trying to say to the young man is that, oh, so you also believe in the game that Coach Steady teaches? Because I teach a game that opens your eyes so that chicks don't take advantage of you. So women that want to manipulate men don't like me because I expose the Jezebel spirit. That's my job, because my goal is to build healthy homes and healthy families. Now, they will never tell you directly. They will find ways to lie. Oh, I just don't like what he says. I just don't like him naturally. No, the truth is, Coach Steady disturbs my demons. So they won't tell you that, he makes my demons uncomfortable. Because some women are comfortable with men not knowing the truth so they can take advantage of them. So some women are comfortable. Some women are comfortable. They like men that are, I'm glad it's profound. So you gotta know that you gotta know. That Coach, be kind. Harriet, I'm trying. The Lord is working on my salvation every day. He's perfecting my walk. He's perfecting my walk. Okay, time is running. I need to leave because I've got some people in my house are Chelsea fans, so they need to come and take over and watch soccer. So I gotta go. I don't want to be the headmaster. So Palimairo can that's why Chelsea now lose when I'm not part of Chelsea problems, so I need to go soon. What do I pick? Okay. So we've covered 4, isn't it? I am happy to hear that. Welcome, Annie, if it's your first time. So let's go. Let me try and add in the last one. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. Okay, we shared it. Know your needs. You have to know what your needs are as a man. By the way, I am happy and proud to say I do not believe in that toxic statement that says happy wife, happy home. My statement is happy husband, happy wife, happy home. I will never subscribe to happy wife, happy home. I subscribe to happy wife, happy husband, happy home. That's why you need to know your needs, and she needs to cater to your needs. We're sick and tired of all these boxes that keep buying back to back. Know your needs. Know your needs. Don't hide what your needs are. Now, that's also where the problem with most men. You like these women. And let me know. I can confess I've been there too. I pandered to chicks, but not anymore. Now, just because you're a good man doesn't mean women must come and step on you. Come and step on your manhood. Come on, pick up your manhood. You gotta protect your manhood. It's the most delicate part of your life. Protect your manhood in every sense possible. What are your needs? You gotta know your needs. Exactly. You gotta know your needs. A lot of you, I don't know how many times I've said it every time I'm speaking, and I'm thinking, like, you have a job that pays you 4,000 kwacha, and you wanna buy this chick a phone, sacrifice, buy a phone for a chick, 5,000 kwacha phone, when your pay is below 5,000 kwacha. You're crucifying yourself because you want to pander to a woman who doesn't care about your needs. A woman that knows your needs should say, hey, like, why do you need to buy that phone? Do you have food in your fridge? Do you have food in your fridge? You need a woman that looks out for you. You got needs. You got needs. You need a woman who looks out for you. What are your needs? Stop apologizing for having needs as a man. You have emotional needs, you got spiritual needs, you got intellectual needs, you got physical needs. Why are you guys going quiet? You're scared? I don't find women, I don't find men that are just like intimidated to speak your truth. Every time this chick shows up, you worship the ground she walks in. Yes, brother, we need to. We really need to get to a place where we understand these things. Exactly, and that's really what the goal is. I'm coming for you, ladies, on Friday, on Wednesday. I'm coming for you. Now, it's not that you want her to do things for you that are extraordinary, out of this world. It's just the little things. This is how you test. This is how you know. This is how you know. You got like like you need a woman you can be vulnerable with, and she will not judge you. A lot of men are dying because you have these emotional needs. You're going through a difficult time, but you can't go and talk to this woman. You can't pour out. The Bible says they were naked and they were not ashamed. Love demands that you can be open to your woman, be naked, and still know that you are safe as a man. I don't need a woman I need to keep hiding myself. I want to be I want to be free. I want to be vulnerable. I want to be vulnerable. I want a woman I can be vulnerable with. These are my needs. Now, some of you, okay, I'm not talking to women. Okay, let me leave it. Wednesday's coming. Let's just park that. Leave it for Wednesday. So you gotta understand. Okay, guys, I'm done. Time is up. Time is up. Any questions before I go? Quickly. I got so much to share. Like, I didn't even cover everything I needed to cover. Any questions before I go? Let me read out some comments that I skipped. Madelisa says, my first 5 career years were spent at a mine. That place literally blew me out. You find all kind of dull advice regarding marriage. There's stuff like your wife is not your relative, never invest in her, never disclose how much you get paid to you. Look at that. She will blow up everything in a second and ask for more. Pass through the club every day after work, go home at night to limit her nagging. That place was toxic. My God. Have you seen what Madelisa just put up? I just put it up on the screen. And this is real. Now, so if you've got a good, I know some ladies are watching. If you've got a good man, take care of him, because the struggle is real in these manhood streets. Because there's a bunch of toxicity on 2 legs out there. So if you got a good one, you got to protect him. And some of you, they'll come and lie to you, even go to church with you, go to a conference with you. They're just waiting for the moment. It says, I'll wait, I will hammer. When my time comes, I will show her who I am. To manifest all the toxicity. Tommy says, here in America, it's both sides. Handling it that way, coach. Unrealistic expectation and bad advice leads to failure most of it. Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yes. Exactly. You need that woman. Like, what's the point of having a woman? Like, you still have to be tough around her every time. Because if she can't handle the vulnerable sides of you, she's not ready. That's how you know. Does good leadership always mean the two must be in agreement? That's a good question, Charlie. That's a good question. We won't go there. I feel people mistake agreeableness for good leadership. Sometimes a leader will go against what you feel and think is right. Exactly. 100%, Charlie. And those are the things I like. I like that. I actually shared that on my TV show on ZNBC. The one we're talking about masculinity. I think I say that. And this is where the mistake, and then again, this is where it comes in. Let's deal with it. Guys. Okay. I'll take a few minutes to answer this so I can, and I know I gotta go. But I like this because this is very key. And I know I was gonna talk about it in one of the points, but I'm glad you brought it out. Actually, let me deal with this. Gentlemen, pay attention to that question on the screen. Gentlemen, pay attention. Gentlemen, pay attention to this thing on the screen. A lot of you like to be liked. That's why you can't lead. A lot of you gentlemen like to be liked. Being a leader sometimes means making decisions that pisses her off. Now, if she's your woman, she may get upset, she may be offended, but she knows you're trying to do what you're supposed to do as a leader. So you call the final shots. I know most people will argue. We can have a conversation, we can talk about it, but the ball stops here at the head, at the leader. Because when everything goes wrong, it also comes here at the head with the leader. So you can't try so hard to be liked by your woman. A lot of you just smile, agree to everything. I wanted to use, some of you will be offended. I just wanted to be as real as I can be, but I'll just hold it back. A lot of you feel like to please her, you must always agree with what she's suggesting. They just as you tell and says, no, I don't agree. Thank you for sharing your opinion, but I strongly feel this is what we need to do. Will you be wrong sometimes? Yes. Will you be right sometimes? Yes. But that's what leadership looks like. So it means making bad decisions. Sometimes you make bad decisions and you make good decisions. What matters is your motive, and also making decisions from an informed perspective. As the leader, as the head. A lot of guys, I don't like guys that like to pander, to be liked by women. Some of you are afraid, oh, she's not, I'm not going to get laid tonight. I'm not going to get laid. So I need to be nice because I want to get laid. That's Jezebel. So you need to understand that even if she gets mean, I actually said it on ZNBC when I was doing my show. I said, some days you come, hey guys, we're not paying DSTV. You will not watch DSTV this month. We're going to save up. And that's what it's going to look like. And they got to go with the flow. So I hope I've answered that question. But I wish I tackled it at the beginning because there's a lot of things I'm just rushing through. Thank you, Mubanga. I appreciate that. Exactly. Exposure. Exposure. Any other? Did I hit so hard? Like everybody will just ran away. Did I hit so hard? You've run away. Did I hit so hard? Okay. I'll see you on Wednesday. So we're gonna be talking to the ladies on Wednesday. So ladies, I'll see you on Wednesday. And I hope this, I know I had to rush through certain things because I've stayed here long enough. I was not planning to stay long enough, but I just needed to do this. So I'll talk to you guys soon. So have a good one. Thank you for joining in. Please keep sharing. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing evening. God bless you.